Standing at the top of Stone Steps Beach where I met Carol in the summer of 1976 at age 23, but this is the winter of 2022, and today's date is March 5th, 2024. And what I'm probably going to do is, I have so many videos on trucking, and that's 2+ years in my rear view mirror. So I'm going to probably transition into some new look, but this is my intro. Hello, this is Doug Guermo. Welcome to Driving to Tokyo. Click on the subscribe button, the like button. Come on inside and check out what I'm doing. I love truck driving. I'm going to be sharing a video every single day about how I drive a truck, but also the whole system I have of having fun, traveling. I've been to Japan 5 times in 2 years. I have more fun driving a truck than any other thing I've ever done in my life. Plus, I saved $38,000 last year. So if you're curious about truck driving, check it out. Click on the subscribe button, the like button. I look forward to seeing you on the inside, sharing my videos with you.
Kyle Chook, I hope I said that right. Kylie, Carlos Torres, Caroline Richard, Josh Forsman, Margaret McGinty, and Donna Baker. Congratulations, you'll get some cool stuff in the mail simply by taking action. So I think we should continue this journey. We should continue this momentum, continue this action. All right, today, I have to tell you, I've been in meetings since super early, and I looked down and it was 10 o'clock. I'm like, oh my God. And I forgot to think through, which I always do, exact detail of what I'm going to share with you on Monday. So today, if we did hook last week, here's what I think you should craft this week. And you probably already got this.
Bring people to you, bring those feelings of whatever you're looking to create. It's going to bring that to other people through your videos. So just massive action is what it's all about. That's what we've been doing. That's what we've been doing for the last couple months. At the end of it, 90 days total of complete action. There hasn't been a missed a day. You haven't said, oh, I'm not going to make a video today. You've made you could easily take a day off or 2 days off and not make a video. It's just because you've done so many. I'm just saying you don't.
I mentioned Mike, and you don't know this, but I literally have done hundreds. And when I said what I'm doing, because I was having the storage problem, I was more into the process. So I was literally making videos, watching the videos, and going, oh, this is a good video. Delete. I delete it and go on to the next one, not even worrying about if I can recreate it. I was more into, let's just delete, we'll go on, do another one. We'll do another one. We'll do another one. And at the end of the day, I might have 5 videos. Maybe one of them I would send to you and maybe one to Facebook, because I knew the more I did them, I wasn't even concerned. Now, I've got to the point my videos are getting better that I want to figure out how to download to YouTube. And I want to figure out how, I've done it twice now. I've actually downloaded all my videos and my photos to my Mac computer that has 1 terabyte. And I don't know the exact number, but there's something like 1,900 videos and photos, because obviously I don't want to just keep making and deleting stuff I put my heart and soul into. But there were early videos I wasn't too concerned about it, because I would do it, and I knew the photos and stuff was still there, and I could remake it again. You understand what I'm saying? I wanted to develop the confidence that I can make videos, and I can make one right now, and I can make a second one that's not exactly like the one I just made, with a little variation, and to make another one.
I would love for you to craft the story that sets up, hook a story, right? In a story, remember this, and you guys have heard me teach this. When you are going to teach something The story sets up what you're going to teach. It sets up how you learned it. The story doesn't mean the story of your life, right? I always tell the story of Millionaire Success Habits. Why did I write a book called Millionaire Success Habits? Because I realized when I was young that my parents both had habits. They were amazing parents, but the habits they had kept them always struggling financially. They got married and divorced 9 times. We got evicted from the trailer we lived in. So my parents, though amazing and I love them, had habits that didn't serve them. And when I was young, I was lucky enough to be surrounded by a couple older guys in our town that were financially set. They were partners, and for some reason they took a liking to me and they showed me what they do. They showed me what they think. I used to have lunch with them, and I got to see guys that had different habits. They had different habits of the way they thought, different habits of the way they looked at the world, different habits of the way they looked at relationships, different habits of the way they looked at money. And I absorbed it like a sponge. And I realized if I take habits that don't serve me and bump them out of the way and replace them with habits of successful people, I could change my life. Hence, habits became a huge thing in my life. And I look at my morning routine, I look at the way I think, I look at the actions, I take all as habits. Hence, Millionaire Success Habits. Now that was just a scene of my life. I didn't tell you I had dyslexia. I didn't tell you that 7th grade Miss Thompson used to call me stupid because I couldn't read. I didn't tell you about my kids. I didn't tell you about a lot of things. But I told that little scene of my life. And does that set up why I wrote this book? Of course it does, right? So we talked about a hook could be, have you ever in your adult life looked in the mirror and thought to yourself, wow, I thought I'd be further ahead by now. Transition into the story. Well, that's why habits have changed my life. Let me tell you why. And I tell that story. That sets up an easy way to impact people, to get them intrigued, to see that, why do you know about habits? What was the passion behind it? So when you guys have your hook, which you guys, so many of you worked on last week with Gigi, I'm going to challenge you this week to really dial in your scene of your life, your story that sets up your course, that sets up your program, that sets up your workshop, that sets up the thing you want to share, that sets up your coaching program or the book you're going to write or the podcast you're going to have. What is the story?
Hey dude, let's show a picture of Takanko walking through 1535 Grant Street back in July of 2005, dude. We met Takanko when she was looking for a place to stay. She had just flown from Tokyo, dude, to Los Angeles. Took a Greyhound bus to the old Greyhound bus station that doesn't exist anymore. So she walked through the front door, and I was doing vacuuming in the front door at the exact time she walked up to the front door. So I asked her if I could take a photo of her. And this is the exact photo, July of 2005 when we first met. Next up, I've got an actual video. Here's the thing, dude. October 2017 was my first trip to Japan. So the very first day, I rode into Tokyo with the father of the Airbnb host family. And I activated my my JR Pass, took a 3.5-hour bullet train down to Nagoya. And this is an actual video of me picking up Takanko at the train station, the very first full day in Japan, October 2017. And we had not seen each other since this time frame, July of 2012. She was married, had a couple kids, and I spent 4 days with her. So let's go to that video right now. Now, I'm gonna add, it's a 6-minute clip. I just recorded, so it's on my recent videos. Again, that was with, it's just a short 6-minute video. I may not play all of it, but I have the full 6 minutes. And I did go to Takanko's house on that visit, and I stayed at a Airbnb that was only $27 a night. And Takanko came every single day for 4 days and showed me all around Nagoya. Plus I met her husband. But here's a funny story about one of her boys. She was with her little boy that was really tiny at the time, and her son was at school when we were together. So we went to her house. Her husband was at work, and she actually talked on the phone with my other friend, Chikako, that I met. I met 2 women in Denver, Chikako in the taxi, and Takako. They were the two reasons I went to Japan initially. They were the only two people I knew in Japan initially. And the funny thing is, Chiekako only saw me one day each visit, even when I was there for a whole month. We just saw each other one day. But Takako saw me 4 days. In fact, she spent more time with me than Chiekako. But anyway, what happened was, it's kind of funny. Chiekako and Takako talked on the phone, Japanese, and they actually met each other in Denver. When Takako met me, she went into Chiekako's salon and just walked in and introduced herself to Chiekako. So they actually met in Denver. They talked on the phone in Japan. But anyway, her little boy came home, and he ran upstairs and was crying. And she explained that he thought I was a monster because I was so much taller than his father. And he was crying because he thought I was going to eat him. So,
Sorry. I heard that.
yeah, that's okay. You can listen, but it is a funny story. So her son was serious. He went upstairs and he wouldn't come out because he Chiekako came back from upstairs and said, he thinks you're going to eat him. So he didn't come out for the whole day, but he came out the next day because she finally convinced him I wasn't a monster and wasn't going to eat him. And I've got photos of him, but he ended up coming out. But she's got 2 kids. Now here's the funny thing. You have to kind of put this in perspective. I'm going to finish this video up, but
Behind that one thing. And if you want some bonus points, why not really think through that? Why not go live or post a video inside this Facebook group about your story? You could hashtag story. These amazing people, I know I read it quick, but you guys will all get some cool stuff in the mail. My team will reach out to you, we'll get your phone number, we'll get your address, and we'll send you some cool stuff. I'll do the same thing next week. Go inside, think about your story though. Don't, Mark Twain said, if I had more time, I would have written you a shorter letter. Think about that one. When you tell this scene, I told that whole scene in 90 seconds? Think about it. You're gonna help somebody go vegan. It's like, what's the story? Before I was vegan, I had this issue, fatigue, high cholesterol. I decided to go vegan, but I didn't want to be hungry. I didn't want to be starved. What did you find? What did you discover? What was your story where people go, oh, wow, right? What's the story? So that's my challenge today. That is my message today. Stay plugged in, stay engaged, stay connected. Get inside Mastermind, get inside using GG. Get inside and watch the last couple of courses. Watch the Inner Circles. My last one was with my wife. People are watching it like crazy. Watch next week's, in 2 weeks, I think we're going live again. But what is your story that can really make you, if you say it in the mirror, go, damn, that's why I know how to do this. That's why people pay me. That's why I get to impact lives. Go ahead and share it in here. We'll give away some cool stuff next week. It's always a blast. It's always a pleasure. We are a culture of progress. Get disturbed with your own inaction. Let's stay connected. Let's see opportunity, not obstacles. Let's not remember what we lost, but let's think about what we've gained and what we kept. And together, what can't we do? See you next week.